Greetings, everybody. We're gonna get into some Foundry today, after the new version has finally hit town, which sounds to me like exactly the kind of package that I was missing before in the game. So, yeah, we're hopefully gonna have some good time with this one. I've been looking forward to new updates to this one, and I decided to... Hey, Paperboy, hi there. I decided to not wait that much longer for anything there. So I had a save file once, which was a little bit further than here. I have a couple of platforms, and we're just getting the automation going, and I hope we're just gonna have some good time together here tonight. So let's get into this, and welcome everybody. Let's get some biomass. This is, to me, the more appealing version of Satisfactory. You plans a little bit loud, aren't you? So let's get this down a little bit further. Okay. Well, the first version of Foundry was, for my own liking, a little bit too bare bones, in all honesty. So we need a connection between these, right? I found it a little bit too bare bones altogether. I mean, it wasn't bad in any way or anything like that, but I felt like it's been one of those situations where... Okay. It's a wiser choice to give it a little bit more time. Rocky Desert. Okay. But the newest update looks like some serious, sizable update in terms of size of the game. So I decided to give it a look because I always love good factory games, and the fact that you have here this Minecrafty block construction thing alleviates one problem that I had with Satisfactory. Because as much as I love Satisfactory and all the things it does, it's fully, how to call it, its non-block scaling of things makes it really hard for me to build there in a fashion that it looks nice. If I have a grid where I can orient everything on, it's so much easier. In Satisfactory, building up that grid is so much more work. Here, it's not that. So that's what I like. A critter is a cutie, you say. You know, I agree. Oh, well, brain, English. I don't know. Looks like I need to emulate a little bit again. Sometimes I have that problem to get into English really slowly. Sometimes not. It's really weird. Anyways, so we got that. Got loaders. We got conveyors. Let's automate that thing. There we go. Very simplistic one. I love the very early stages of any build of this, whoa. It's not supposed to be an output. It's supposed to be an input. It can't obviously work. Eh? This is the wrong conveyor? Or what's the case? Ugh. I think I found the problem. Stringing it up the wrong way. This is the output, that is the input. That's why it doesn't work. Still, I'm not that familiar with the buildings. Fused the smelter with the other thingy. So take these in. Oh, yeah. Does that work? I think so. Brilliant. So it can take these in by just passing them along. So I can put them into a line like this. Good. I have played Space Age for quite some time. I absolutely love it. I just ran out of steam to get towards Aquilo. I don't know. With all the tutorials and guides that I made, I really had to take a break. It was so exhausting at some point to me that I didn't enjoy the game anymore. I will get back to it. I want to do it this year. A few more tutorials, a little bit more progress, but Space Age expands the game in a wonderful way. It's been worth all the waiting. Really, really good game. Or DLC, however you want to call it. It's basically its own expansion on itself. Okay, so we do require a few more smelters, but that should be now much less of an issue than ever before. Because we have now a steady supply of all the parts that we require. I'm looking forward to see if Foundry is providing that economy simulation that I hope it does. Because so far it looks a lot like you get to handle a lot of building things, selling things. I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. Been looking forward to that one. Glad that everybody is around here. Oh, can't do conveyor slopes. Okay. So the game wants me to build 4 smelters altogether. We got these. Let's make a few more loaders, a few more conveyors. The usual suspects. But I gotta say, at some point I really hope that I will find the patience to at least manage one playthrough of Satisfactory, just because the game's just so freaking cool at everything it does. The humor really cracked me up time and time again. I really had a lot of good laughs with that one. So, how are we going to string these up? Can I just... That's not possible. So, how about we make it like this? Ah, brilliant. Expandable. And working out as intended. Just the entry point is a little bit crappy, but whatever. I'm a noob. I'm allowed to do this. Okay, we got this. Let's do this on the other side once. Time. There.
We have completed our initial mission of setting up a smelting facility. We've done a great job, haven't we? According to our business plan, new machine blueprints will be created from research. My archive contains plans for a research server. Through material analysis, I should be able to provide a beacon blueprint, which we are going to need to notify the station of our planetary location. Let's get going and build a research server.
Hey Dreadbull, sort of my first attempt. I did start playing this game a little bit when the very first version was in there, but then I decided that I felt like it was a little bit too raw for my taste, and then I put it down until this new update hit town. So I basically know how the game works, but I never made it any further down than tutorial plus a few steps, because I felt like, let these guys cook. They're on a good way. Frostraven, hi there. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've been saving up this game for this moment, you know. I feel like they have a good chance of creating something very, very unique with this one, because due to the fact that the graphics aren't that super glossy compared to Satisfactory, Creating new assets is way less costly, and the game is therefore much easier expandable. I find that a very, very good thing to look forward to, personally. So, research server. We do count our energy consumption in kilowatts, eh? Oh boy. Getting Factorio vibes. I love me some good factory games, and I really hope that this game has grown as much as I have seen the potential to do so. It's better with friends. Yeah, many of these games are. Problem is that my wife is just not into factory games. She's just not enjoying herself with this kind of games. Well, can't blame her. You either vibe with something or you don't. Can't force these things. There we go. So we got the research server crafted in. We need to put that now down on some foundation. Should I put that on the same foundation as the others? Yeah, for now. Let's do that for now. Until I know what the objectives are. One place is as good as the other.
You need to make science packs. Craft a few by hand and insert them into the research server to research the beacon blueprint. There is a previously prepared drop pod with an additional robot assistant on the station. We can call it once we've placed the beacon.
Okay. We ran out of power. Again. Let's see if the other place is also running out of power. Num num num. We need to find a more sustainable way of producing energy sometime soon. But I bet we're going solar anytime soon. Or probably stay on combustibles for a while. We'll see. Okay. Research packs. Craft 3 of them. Insert science pack into research server. Research emergency beacon. That does ring a bell. Oh wow. Does look a teeny tiny bit Factorio-esque. Not that I mind. So, emergency beacon. By placing an emergency beacon, we should be able to re-establish communications with mission control. Got it. This item cannot be equipped, I see. We need to do it this way then. It's doing work. Okay. There's quite some mountains around me. Quite a big one. It's pretty clear that we have some sort of tutorial area around ourselves here. But I'm really curious to see what we have to discover here. And it's also going interplanetary, so... good stuff ahead. There we go.
Got it. We now have the beacon blueprint. Craft it and place it, but not too close to your existing machines. Those drop pods tend to land right on top of the beacons.
Got it, Carl. Hey Dave, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I must say I had this this one on my watch list since quite some time, and I was so pleased to see when the new update hit town. So finally get to play this a little bit.
Great. Now you might want to take a step back and look up.
I think shortly after this I dropped out.
A real groundbreaker. This Corporate Command Companion Bureaucrat bot, C3BB for short, will help us with the administration of our factory. First, let's help him out of that drop pod by deconstructing and placing it in a safe location.
How large is this thing?
Welcome to the Ground C3BB. We have completed setting up our basic manufacturing infrastructure.
Great to hear
What's
that,
the
Dribble.
situation on the space station? It's about to break apart, you say? Spontaneous explosive disassembly. That's extremely troubling. What now? There's a working construction drone bay that we can use to repair the station? Perfect. Let's establish contact and repair the most critical parts. We need to research the space station terminal.
Ugh, a little bit less enactment in your voice acting, friends. Almost get the feeling as if it was a serious situation here. Sorry. It's not important. It's just me. Alright, we got these. Okay. You there. Can I interact with you? Stabilize space station.
I agree. Preventing the space station from falling apart is our highest priority. Let's set up a connection and initiate emergency repairs. I'll guide you through the process.
Okay. What I really do like is the fact that we have here some interactions which we have not seen in factory games before,
Now that we
like
have the blueprint, we need
more
to build the terminal to finally get a connection to the
robots
station's
like
command
this.
center. Once built, open the control menu and start the emergency repairs upgrade. Luckily, the station has a pretty big stock of construction materials, so we don't have to worry about that for a while.
It's clearly taking a lot of inspiration out of Satisfactory and takes it a few steps further. I like that. I really like that. It's always nice to see when games bounce off of each other. So, let's see. Contact space station. Yay! Well. Ooh. Nifty. So that stuff is new to me. Never seen that before. So we got 10,000 Starbucks. I was thinking about ink too, but I felt like Industries is more fun. Okay. Whew. Okay. And then we got emergency repairs, 100 construction material.
Great. Our construction drones on the space station are working on their first station upgrade. This will take a bit. Let's shift our focus back to the factory.
Okay.
You're right, C3BB. We need to automate research and unlock more technology before we can get serious on manufacturing our first product. If we unlock the assembler, we can use it to automatically craft all the items needed for research. Use belts and loaders to fully automate the process. And don't forget to automatically bring the science packs to the research server.
Carl, do you think I'm a bloody noob? You're insulting my intelligence. That's Carl guy. Well, in all honesty, when I was new to the whole factory game business, this was a very, very important thing to tell me because I was thinking things always way too small. And I think until this very day, I often do, even still, compared to Mega Base players. Oh, look, you want to be smeltered too? You silly. Oh yeah, Abiotic Factor, you guys too, eh? Good game. I've been only scratching the surface. But yeah, then Dinkum came out, and I went there. But yeah, looking forward to that too, a lot. But I think Abiotic Factor is a game where we don't really miss out on anything. If I wait a little bit longer until it's done more. As far as I've seen, there's already a lot of meat on the bone with the game, but you know, it's not as if they stopped developing it or something like that. Okay. I'd say let's make this a tad bit larger. Get ourselves some... So what do we actually need for these floppers? Machinery parts and technum rods. So let's start thinking. Xenoferrite plates, just like I thought. Okay. Well. This sounds like we need 4 starters, a lot more building blocks. And do I need to do this like that? Yeah. Alright. Pretty sure one day in the future we'll get better tools to do this. But for now, you know, I don't want to build another level. That would look really, really terrible. It's already bad enough here. Well, less thinking, more drilling. For Abiotic Factor, I really hope that one thing I really hope for, only one thing irks me off hard with the game, is the user interface with the crafting menu. I really hope that it gets a little bit more organized eventually. Because I really find the crafting menu of this game a bloody mess. It's so hard to keep track of everything. Bothered me really a lot. Because you discover so many things and then constantly have to... You get the idea. So, if you played the game, you for sure know what I mean. Auto crafting? No. Not that far. I wouldn't even say that I got any far in that game yet. Yeah. Basically didn't make it out of the office area of the first, after the Grand Plaza. So basically I didn't really leave the starting area for real yet. So, call me a bloody noob, and you'd be absolutely right. So... Yeah. Like I said, Dinkum came out, and I was then busy on that end. Obviously, I had to make it harder for myself than necessary with the platforming and all like this, but yeah. I want to set up things in a way that can't work with it. But so far, pretty satisfying how things string together and all. Not bad at all. Okay, so I got one assembler. It's not enough. I need more. So I need more xenophorite too. Gosh, you guys rode a ton. I get that, Trev. Well, I think it's all a matter of aesthetics here. So we need also loaders. Couple of conveyors. Nice. When I press R while I'm holding down the left mouse button, I can set a little anchor point to fiddle it around the corner. User interface is squeaky clean on this game, really. Doesn't look like much to some degree, but it's has some really nice things. They know what people want that play these kinds of games. Still the wrong direction. Rotate. Just need to build it. Right. Okay. I'll leave the experienced abiotic factor gamers now among themselves. Enjoy yourselves. I'm looking forward to my good times with that game too. So, you there. That loader is... Oh, yeah. Toggle that. Okay. Okay. Stuff's starting to work. And it's as much fun as I hoped it would be. Okay. Well, we can't really expand on that for now, but we don't need to either. Okay. So, let's drill a little bit more so we can get ourselves a platform for our first few assemblers, and then we can finally get into big research. Yeah, no worries. I'll do other things than neurotically dig out piles of dirt at some point in the near future. For now, you need to bear with me. Good. Good, doesn't it? So, we need to make plates, or, well, no, we need to make stuff out of our plates. Configure assembler. I need, what was it called? Electronic machinery parts. So, let's make a few more loaders. Something deep down inside me tells me we'll need a few. So, intake, correct. Going to ooh, need some more of these bad boys. That won't suffice. I can't see it from here. Due to the grid, pretty easy to do this. Really nice. Invalid connection, so that won't work. Let's see, okay. So we would need to make it Shift F for bulk demolish. Sweet. So the idea would then be that doing it like this. Okay. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Seems it does work. Okay, so let's pick up that bad boy. Because my genius high-tech array needs to be a little bit more compactified. So we're going to make these guys here, and that's technum rods. And these. Is that work? Take output. Yes, yes. Good. So that part's working on out. And let's see. Let's see how far we can take this. Gotta say, due to the grid that you have everywhere, things are really quite easy. So let's see. This should work. We out of power though. Yep, it does work. Okay, so 3 grids is then the minimal distance between 2 buildings? So we got that. Probably it'll be smarter to handcraft a couple of the science packs too, because I got that vague feeling that my one assembler is not going to be powerful enough, but who knows. Thought so. These xenoferrite thingies, they got fancied up quite nicely. Okay. I really need some more effective method of doing this. There they come. Happy little plates. Hey Percy, hey there. Yeah, they seem to be a lot deeper done by now. Current rank, junk scavenger. Okay. There's a few ranks up ahead of us. So we researched that. What am I supposed to burner generator? That does require ignium ore scanner. Surely the reason why we need a grand total of 20 of these thingies. Well, they have surely developed far beyond what this game started with. So yeah, it won't be of any help if I manually craft any of that. Because my task will only be fulfilled after we reduce them in the assembler. So hey there, we done that.
Danger averted. With the station secured, we can shift our focus back to the factory. Good job. You're right. Collecting biomass by hand isn't future-proof. We should use ignium ore and the burner generator so that we can automate our energy production.
Okay. Somewhat bothersome that I'm supposed to make these in the assembler. Well, I gotta make just another assembler, eh? Well, I think the big advantage towards Satisfactory with this game is that it has way more terraforming freedom. Because, let's face it, Satisfactory has no real terraforming. You can build a lot on the space that you have available, but you're not allowed to change that. Not much, if even any. At times, even not at all. So yeah, but I didn't do that in a manner that we can replicate it on a bigger scale. I think what I'm going to do is going to be a much smarter thing. Instead of trying to make now a horrible system better, we're just going to dig out a lot of platform and see what they want from me after the next research is done. Make room for new projects and string it up more orderly later. Currently, I don't even know on what size I will go eventually. Yeah, Satisfactory is a great game in everything it does. Don't want to make it sound bad here or anything. But as a deep lover of Minecraft, I can't really resist this charm that this game provides with its blockiness and its actually quite smart use of this block system so far.
Ignium ore scanning. That'll come in handy. Ignium is an ore that is highly flammable and can be used for automated power generation. Research the burner generator to utilize it. Ignium is buried beneath the ground. Use the scanner and your drill to find it.
Do I need to craft a new scanner for that? I think that should be exactly the same thing I got. There we go. Oh, so this stuff is something entirely else. Huh. Interesting. Good, good. So, am I supposed to dig it out like that? I mean, that's the stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I would assume that if this is not dug out, my drones can't interact with it, right? Well, it doesn't show me that I need anything else extra for that. This one is a deeper one, it says. This one is supposedly normal. So let's free it up, build some mining platform next to it, and see how it interacts with that. Exciting. So... let's do it for now like that. Real mining. Sort of. Do like it though. Really do. Let's see. Probably need to reorganize what we're doing here another time in the future, but as the filthy noob that I am, gonna be okay with that for now. Alright. So, let's check out how that works. And we need to do another biomass burner for now. One of the last of its kind. Alright. Fly, my little drones! Yeah, does work. Nice. So now we free that bad boy up so we can extract the materials out of there. Then we should be able to just pipe it out there. Okay, that's cool. I like little challenges like these. So, we're going to take a slope like this, right? So the output needs to be standing on foundation, alright. Didn't know that these bad boys needed electricity too. Mm-hmm. Okay. So can we then move it like this? Yes, yes. Brilliant. Just want to finish up the foundation up here as well so we can set up a burner generator here on the side. As soon as it is researched, that is, of course. Good. Until then, let's build ourselves some conveyors, because obviously we'll need them. Start with spaghetti, make lasagna later. It's a very, very nice one. I want to smuggle in German words constantly tonight. It's crazy. Start with spaghetti, make lasagna später. Dang. I gotta say something's not braining tonight well with my brain. Usually doesn't do that. But I'm feeling a little bit under the weather lately. Whole family does. We probably are incubating some goodness. Who knows? Ah, of course no research is getting done if there is no power. We will have endless power soon. Oh, I'm out of that age to eat Mitternacht lasagna. If I do that nowadays, I'll die off of Sodbrennen later in the night. Heartburn, in case you're not, in case your German is not profound enough for that one. I notice that I'm growing old. I can't eat stuff at night anymore the way I want to. Worth it, he says. Depends on the lasagna. Homemade. I'm afraid you're right. The one out of the supermarket, hardly, because that doesn't really count as lasagna, but that's a different story. Come on, burner generator. Get researched. I do have a lot of trash in my pockets already, huh? Okay. So, next experiment that I am interested in. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Sweet. There's really always the simplest solution that I keep imagining is working. I like that. I hope it stays like this. Yeah, sadly you are right about the supermarket lasagna. But after being cooking that much myself, I gotta say, how the hell are you supposed to make that without turning it into trash? After freezing it and driving it, God knows how many kilometers through the environment, and then waiting it to be amazing when you put it into the oven again. That's not how things work. Usually freezing stuff is a downgrade to its quality. Basically almost always, with the exception of a few things and a few techniques. But usually freezing is not good for the quality of your food.
That's a lot of new technology. The recently unlocked burner generator will be crucial to automate energy generation. You can send ignium ore from drone miners right into it. It's also more efficient. Our next task is a big one. It's time to make some profits. According to our corporate strategy document, there is a very simple transport robot design we can make with our limited technology. This transport bot shall be our first product. Yes, I know. We need to get it to the station to sell it. For that, we'll use shipping pads. Spaceships can land there to transport items between the planet and the station. We will need to buy our first spaceship. We still have some thermalite stored on the station, which is the galactic currency.
Mind Split, this is a factory game, very much like Factorio and Satisfactory.
Let's go.
Buy a small cargo ship, task it with planetary shipping. You guys are taking me places that I like to see. Alright, so now for this stuff. I think we're going to make 2 burner generators. One here on this side, and the other one on the other platform, because whoa, alright. I expected it to be large, but that large? Anyways. So let's free up some territory. The other one on the other platform, so we don't need to build a huge connection yet. Later down the road, I'll surely do that, but okay. Still not quite there yet. Need a little bit more than that. One more line, but I'll make 2 because it's always nice to have a little bit more. 3, so we can expand that if we want to. There we go. So we now don't need these anymore, I hope. Fell into the mining pit. So we're going to get rid of this. Then it can rope downhill to the other parts here. Ugh. So I can't feed this beast manually, right? We need to make this biomass burner as a starter. Fine. Oh, these aren't connected. That's the whole reason. So now they should be. Oh yeah, obviously if I put down an assembler and expect it to produce energy, nothing good can happen out of that. Yeah, alright. This would have worked in the first place already. Whatever. Me dum-dum. Red Bull. I know that problem, and that was for me the exactly same reason why I didn't play it in the first place. So I can fully relate to what you're saying there. Just, you know, it doesn't run away from you. But since making tutorials and stuff like that is so much of my business identity, I figured that now probably is the time to jump on board learning the game for good before I miss out on too many different developments of the game. Okay. There we go. So next step, we're going to drop down a platform where we put the power grid on, and then we distribute the power grid to the rest of the area, and then we're finally good to go with that department. It's pretty cool that we don't have to play this this whole, how to call it, power line game. Factorio, as well as Satisfactory, insisted on the power line gameplay, and I gotta say, so far, I don't miss it at all. So, let's give our power plant a little bit more platforming. And then bit of that. No, that's more like here. Exactly. This way we can string it in a way that it would... Ah, yeah, decent. Alright. So this way, how I put it now, I can just drop another power plant right next to it. Eventually. There we go. And now we need to connect these platforms, but this will be actually quite fun. It's gonna be basically like a cable now connecting these. Because power runs through these platforms. There we go. It's the first one. Now we do this for the other one too. Yeah, Darkfall is also gonna be featured by me tomorrow. Looking very much forward to that as well. Yeah. Pretty many good games lately, right? So, we got now a real power connection. Stuff's working! Ah! It's a weird, satisfactory feeling when you're connecting things, and even if it's kind of makeshift, kind of crude, it's still that I did it feeling, you know. Surely you know what I mean if you're into these kind of games. You would expect nothing less, yeah. Love to hear that. So, we can now research transport, bot, assembly, and shipping. Okay. Repair the hangar bay on the space station. Where was my space station control? Okay, it's finally being automatically supported with power. It's so annoying when you have to put power manually there. So, basic hangar repairs. Running. There we go. I am already enjoying myself here a lot, and I haven't really started yet at all. There's so much planet yet still to discover. Still can't help myself but to find Carl a very, very boring entity, but who cares? In a factory game, we don't need exciting entities.
We did it. Automated power generation is the backbone of every factory.
Yay.
Okay, math genius. If it takes 8 small smelters to fill up a conveyor belt, then we'll build 8 for each metal ore.
Yeah. About that, Carl. Let's grab ourselves some material and make some platforms happening. Because as far as I see things, the stinking ground here needs to go. Okay. Void War. Somehow that is a title that I hear for the very first time now. But if you like it, it certainly must be something that I could like too. I think the best bet that I got for me right now in my lacking orientation is that to prepare the environment, do these basic tasks and see what bigger tasks will then come up. Great. The factory must grow. You see, if you want more smelters, you need more room for smelters. All right. And I think Carl is bad at math. He sounded like he was talking down to Mr. Beep Boop when he called him a math genius. Didn't you also feel like that town sounded a little bit sour? Sounds like Carl is more like the social CPU, huh? And the one that nobody likes at park. Ooh, a spiritual successor to FTL? That sounds like it would be up my alley. So, shipping pad. Yeah, that's just a ton of what we already do. More. Okay, I mean, we can easily expand these lines by just adding in more. Disrupt this line a little bit. Relocated. Easy peasy. But for now, I really don't want to. I'm quite okay with the slow burn that we're currently finding ourselves into. In games like these, I really dislike to build too much too fast, because I always ended up with building the wrong things, too many, and the things that I didn't want to have. So, big fan of keeping things very compact during the early game progression phase, so I don't have to so I have less things to get in order because of my lack of knowledge early on, basically. Good-o. Let's see. We did the repair thingy. Let's place the pad. Okay. It's a little bit larger. Let's put it down here, huh? I think I want to make the platform here still a little bit bigger. Because pretty obviously we need... There we go. So... Buy ship, small cargo ship. Task it with planetary shipping. Current assignment, done. Planetary shipping. Shipping pad, deliver transport bots. From the factory to the space station. Transport bots. Capacity 25 items. There we go.
We did it. That was quite a lot, right? But it'll be worth it. Just one more step to make some cash. We can convert an old hangar to a sales platform from which passing traders and customers will be able to buy our products. Once built, we need to enable sales through the station command menu, and then we wait. You'll be notified about sales every hour.
Economy! So... Transport bot. There we go. Can only be made in assembler. Doesn't come as a big surprise here. So, xenoferrite, machinery parts, electronic components. Okay. Yeah, so we will need to string up a much larger batch of things now. So this is the very first time that we actually need to get something real done and not just some. So technum rods, wire coil. Wire coil is made out of technum rods. Yeah, the next step will be to set up a proper smelting facility. Everything else is just not really working out. But for starters, we're going to handcraft a few of these materials, run around like chicken, and consider our next steps. I think the smartest very next step is to increase our production of technum rods and xenoferrite plates. But yeah, doesn't come as a big surprise. But I also think that this is a good point to start fading out for today. But I do want to transport at least a little bit of that stuff here. There we go. Because at the end of the day, I can make a lot of these things manually for now. And I'm just super curious to see how these things now play out. You surely understand. So we got ourselves our very first did I loot these? Production chain puzzle, so to speak. Very, very lovely. So we are supposed to build construct the sales platform. Okay, we need the solar panel first. But look at us. Already so many of these bad boys up there. Okay, spaceship will always come as soon as there are 25 items available, I see. But, icon, this intake. Yeah. It's late, alright? It's late, alright? Wait a sec, but there was a building there. Intake, no building. Oh, wait a sec. That's not one. Obviously... Wait a sec. These are not supposed to be intakes, or what's the matter? Does look as if they are. That is kind of odd. Well, let's wait until if it's just not working out because we are lacking the items on the other end. Because I frankly don't quite understand why it doesn't load these. But I mean, maybe it can't load these if there's no sales platform. Might be just the entire problem there. No active research. No. Intolerable. Character improvement, inventory slots +5. I'm in. So... confirm. I mean, it's really, really hard to tell what kind of direction these things are supposed to take. Okay, we can put them in there. Tablet can be used to inspect. Okay. There we go. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll have to put these 20 items per manual input in there. Containers. Yes, please. This version cannot be automized with loaders. Okay. So maybe it doesn't need a loader. Maybe these just go in directly. Ha! Smart. Smart me. Oh. It's very, very satisfying. All right. Good. So we got these. So basically... Yep. Cargo ship is incoming. Whee! Hey, guys. They're taking them with them now. Alright. There's a lot of interactions within this game that I really, really enjoy. And most notably, they're just very different from what we regularly see from games like these. Hey, Tishi, just building a factory and selling things to a space station for money. You see that thing up there? Alright, so we'll have to have a lot of new preparations. So, step one, we're going to require a ton of smelters now. So, 8 smelters, it said, per metal. So we have 2 per metal enabled right now. So we're going to bring up 6 more for starters. And we just pick up now lots of xenoferrite. And then we're going to do that one more time. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. That should end up in the amount of smelters we require. The Foundry got updated very, very recently with a massive update in terms of content and things you can do. Had it on my watch list pretty long, but didn't want to play it before it was done enough. Get my idea. Alrighty. So, furthermore, some more building blocks. And then we'll just string up these bad boys in a row. Let that stuff roll somewhere, some little bit else. That shouldn't be any big issue. Okay. Let's check out the sales platform thingy. Sales platform. Enable. Average hourly demand. Amount to keep in storage. I do love the fact that this game has this economy focus.
The smell of profit. We've set up the basics, but there is a lot to come. I know I've been bothering you a lot. I'll dial it back a bit from here and let you follow your own plans.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh right, one final thing. I mentioned it before, the galactic currency is called thermalite. It's a precious metal that is both used as currency and as crafting material. You don't need that yet, but soon you will need to ship it to the planet from the station to make use of it.
Nice. Alright, my good friends. This is where I'm going to call it a day for today. And yeah, thanks for everybody hanging out. I really enjoyed my time. I hope so did you. See you all tomorrow again.